CAPF AC प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर में जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे, तो we completed economy part. Now starting polity. So in polity, in this video today we'll cover 2022 questions. Total 10 questions were asked in 2022. Obviously, in here also questions are varying. For example, some year you will find more questions, some year little less question. For example, 21 you will find 16 questions. So this is varying. Sometime maybe you are getting just 10. Sometime you may get 20 plus. So you should be ready to have variation, and this is happening in every segment. Okay, so first question is, when was the Kothari Commission appointed by the government of India to look into the education sector of India? Now, why this question? Actually, this commission has been more than 50 years. So why this at this time? Because new education policy NEP 2020 now starts getting implementation. So in 2020 Commission on Education, New Education Commission, okay, so NEP you can say the commission was headed by K. Kasturi Rangan. But this commission, Kothari Commission, actually it is Daulat Singh Kothari was chairman of the committee. He was UGC chairman. So this committee was here. It is said that when appointed. So committee was appointed in 1964. So answer is D. Committee was 1964. It was appointed on 14th of July, and it submitted the report in 1966, 29th June. So if it is asked when it was appointed, then your answer is D. And actually, this is the answer. Now, if it would have been asked when it submitted the report, so it is 1966. But your answer here is D. He was chairman of UGC, and this committee, in fact, in post-independence, it was the 6th commission on education, but it was the first commission to study comprehensively the demand of in changing scenario, the education, what type of education should be, pattern of education, and all. And after this commission, a lot of things changed, but it was not interested. Okay, so it was not interested for legal education and medical education. Besides legal and medical, all aspects were covered. Next, second question is, the landmark case of DC Badwa versus the state of Bihar in the Supreme Court is related to which one of the following powers of the governor? Actually, Professor DC Badwa, he was a professor of economics. So he was studying the promulgation of ordinances by different states. So he found that in Bihar, there was unique situation. In 14 years approx, 256 ordinances were promulgated. Means you can say every year, every year, almost 17, 18, you can say, ordinances were promulgated. So every month, more than one ordinances. Some ordinances were promulgated for multiple times. In fact, some were continuously working for let's say more than 10 years. So Dr. DC Badwa, a professor, he filed a petition, and at that time P.N. Bhagwati was the Chief Justice of India, and he said ki multiple time you are promulgating same ordinance. This is the fraud on constitution. So it is the to re-promulgate ordinances. It is under Article 213 of Governors and 123 of President of India. Okay, so A is the correct answer. Next question. Actually, this question was little confusing, but I go through. Actually, this question is repeated, not completely repeated, but this question was asked in 2016. Two options are from 2016. So this option, for example, is okay. This option was in 2016 question. This was also in the question of 2016. So if you will see set A means set A, so question number it is 85 in 2016. So these options are there, means these are features. Actually previously actually I made wrong answer, so in this obviously I'm correcting it. So these two options are there in 2016 and UPSC accepted, yes. These two are the features of Indian federalism. Means court can interpret the constitution and powers of different levels of the government. Yes, sources of the revenue for the union government and a state government are specified. Yes, this is also correct. Means these are the features. Now, powers of the union and a state are specified in constitution. Yes, in seventh schedule, there are three lists: union list, a state list, and concurrent list. So there also power are specified. Means it is also a feature of federalism. But Indian federalism is based on principle of separation of power. Actually, separation of power, it is not about center and a state. It is based on the separation of power situation is okay based on the concept of legislature, executive, and judiciary. Okay, so actually it is very confusing. So these two options UPSC take as guaranteed key, they are features of federalism. So A and B will not be answer. Now C and D, there are two options. So power of the union and the state are specified in constitution. If power of union and the states are specified properly in the constitution, then it should not be federal. And now separate Indian federalism is based on principle of separation of powers. So separation of power is mainly related to legislature, executive, and judiciary. Okay, so in that way, but still I am saying ki maybe out of these two, anyone can be answered, but in my opinion, most appropriate is D. So for final interpretation and what UPSC interpret, that depends on UPSC. So I'm making it as a star question. Now, question number 4. Which of the following is our source or sources of law in India? So Constitution of India, yes, it is the most appropriate. So option C is eliminated. Now statutes means different statutes are there key through act of parliament. So through act of parliament, some law are made. So it is also part. So this option is eliminated. Now, 4 is in both. Case law. Case law means, for example, any case. For example, Baman Rao, Maneka Gandhi, or any case, Vanand Bharti. So case law is also. Now, customary law. So customary law, in some, for example, there is a term, essential religious practices. So essential religious practices is part of customary law. So this should be and there are so many things. For example, in civil matter, there are some customary law are followed. So D is the correct answer. Now, question number 5. Which among the following is our function or functions of the cabinet secretariat? So to ensure interministerial coordination, yes, cabinet secretariat is responsible for ensuring interministerial coordination. Means government of India has so many functions and every ministry is specified its task key you should perform this thing. But there are many work which are interrelated, or one ministry's work is related to other, or one ministry's work is affected by other. So in that way, interministerial coordination is necessary and it must be there. So firstly, correct. Next, management of major crisis situation in the country. Yes, for example, disaster management for any uneventual incident. So it is their cabinet secretary is responsible for that. Okay, so she is the correct answer both. Now, which of the following statements about the Committee on Public Undertaking are correct? So public undertaking, it is say कि there are more members from Rajya Sabha than the Lok Sabha in the committee. No, there are more members from Lok Sabha. So 22 members, 15 LS, 7 RS. So first statement is You're incorrect. Okay. So there are more members from Rajya Sabha than the Lok Sabha? No. So first statement is incorrect. Okay. Next, the chairperson of the committee is appointed by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Yes. The chairman of the committee is appointed by the Speaker of Lok Sabha on for 1 year. And again, the person can be nominated, again appointed. So it is for for 1 year, it is uh, one time, it is for 1 year. So first statement is incorrect, second is correct. So B is the right answer. Now, which one of the following statement is not correct? It is asking not correct. So a censure motion can be moved against a single minister of the Council of Ministers. Yes. Censure motion can be either moved against a single minister or entire Council of Ministers. Okay. So a motion of no confidence cannot be moved against the Prime Minister alone. Actually, if no confidence motion is uh, moved and if it is passed against government, then entire Council of Ministers will resign. It is not about only Prime Minister. So it is also correct. Next, a censure motion cannot be moved against the entire. Already I discussed it can be moved against either single or for entire. So it is wrong. So it is C is the answer. A censure motion can be moved against a group of ministers. Yes, correct. So C is the correct answer. Next, question number 8. Which one of the following is correct in respect of appointment of district judges? Our judiciary is unified judiciary. At higher level, apex level, Supreme Court of India. At intermediate level means high courts are there. Majority of states has its own high court, but some of our states are having obviously not separate high court, but it is attached to different high court. Okay. So they are appointed by the Chief Justice of concerned High Court. Actually, so appointment of judges, though recommendation is done by judiciary, but it is appointed, they are appointed by executive. So it is not Chief Justice of concerned High Court. They are appointed by President. No, President of India actually appoints High Court and Supreme Court judges. So this is also not. They are appointed by the governor in consultation with the High Court of concerned state. Yes, it is true. They are appointed by Supreme Court on the advice. No, Supreme Court is already filled with so many works. So it is. So a person who is eligible to be appointed as district judge should be a pleader or advocate for continuously 7 years. Means continuously in the sense he or she should complete 7 years. It is not about daily you are going to court. Means 7 years at least should have experience. Another is either the person is a member of either central or a state government in judicial capacity. Okay, for example, in subordinate means lower than district judge should be in sub district judge should be there or some else. Okay, so C is the correct answer. Now, question number 9. The Swan Singh Committee recommended the insertion of which one of the following provisions into the Constitution of India? So, this Swan Singh Committee, Sardar Swan Singh, he recommended that there should be fundamental duties in our Constitution. And this was taken from erstwhile USSR Constitution. In USSR Constitution, there was concept of fundamental duties. So, India also implemented. Initially, 10 fundamental duties were inserted, and through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act in 1976. So at the time of emergency, and 11th fundamental duty was added through 86th Constitutional Amendment Act. Means when right to education was made fundamental right, then one clause was fundamental duty, 11th fundamental duty ki whosoever is parent or guardian of the ward, the student kid should ensure that the student means the person should get education, the child should get proper education. So it is about fundamental duties. So B is the correct answer. Now, what is the term of office of chairperson and member of the National Human Rights Commission? So it is done ki no once a person initially before that means when NRC was sorry NHRC was constituted, it was constituted in 1993. Okay, in fact 12th of October 1993. When it was constituted at the time, it was key up to 5 years means 5 years or 70 years of age, whichever is earlier. Now in 2019, I think the amendment was done, and now in place of 5 years, it is 3 years or up to 70 years of age. Initially, means before the last amendment, it was that only retired Chief Justice of India should be made chairperson of the commission. But now, in addition to Chief Justice, either the person should have been Chief Justice of India or any other Supreme Court judge. So the things have been changed. And another thing is also initially at the time suppose a person cannot be reappointed, but now the person can be reappointed also. Okay, so B is the correct answer. So here total 10 questions were there. So I discussed 10 questions. If you have any questions, query, doubt, you can message either on WhatsApp number 8527146498 or Telegram number 7404909669. I said ki question number 3, since it was a repeated question, but not in perfect manner. So maybe either in C or D, any can be question, but in my opinion, D should be the answer. Okay. So thank you.